Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be reviewing the new e.l.f. Hydrating Concealer. So if you want to see my thoughts on the concealer, just stay tuned. Okay, so I do have a video up of the previous one, the 16-hour camo concealer, so I'm going to leave a link to that below. They're in the same standard package as the 16-hour camo concealer. The only difference is that this has a white lid and all the shades seem to correlate to the 16-hour camo concealer, except that the 16-hour one has 26 shades and the hydrating one has 25 shades. The categories are still the same, so it's fair, tan, deep, and then rich. I fall in the deep category. I usually get deep chestnut and deep olive. Deep chestnut is the shade that I use on a daily basis. I only use deep olive if I want my under eyes to be really bright without having to go down a lighter shade. So I'm just going to get straight into the demo of the video. So I've already done my base and everything just to get this video rolling. I picked up two of the hydrating concealers. I picked up deep chestnut and deep olive, and these are the colors that I use in the 16 camo concealer as well. I'm going to swatch them on camera for you guys because the colors aren't actually the same in the camo as they are in the hydrating. They're slightly different. So I'm going to put like the facts for the concealer on the screen here so you guys can have a look quickly. Because I'm not going to ramble on too much about the concealers. You can see straight away that the 16-hour camo concealer is a bit lighter and a lot more neutral than the hydrating one. They are both deep chestnut, and the hydrating one is slightly darker as well. So this is the deep olive shade, and this is the 16-hour camo one, and then this is the hydrating one. And the same like before, I feel like this is a bit less yellow as the hydrating one, and it is a little bit lighter. This is a little bit darker and a bit more like pigmented. It's really yellow. I bought them online and I was just a little bit disappointed that they weren't like exactly the same as the original ones shade wise, because they have the same shade name, so I expected them to be the same, but they're clearly different. I'm still going to use them on camera today. I'm not going to use deep olive. Usually I use deep olive if my foundation looks a bit neutral or too grey, or just, I don't know, if I want my under eyes to really be bright, then I'll use deep olive opposed to using a lighter concealer, because I don't like that kind of like white kind of look. So I'd rather use a more yellow concealer if I want to brighten up my under eyes. But today I'm going to stick with deep chestnut because that is the shade that I use on a day-to-day basis, and that's my favorite shade match in their concealers. So that's what I'm going to use today. I'm actually going to compare the two. So on this side I'm going to use the 16-hour camo concealer, and then on this side I'm going to use the hydrating one. And I've already done my foundation, my contour, so I'm just going to pop on the concealer and then show you guys what it's looking like. So I'm going to start off by using the deep chestnut in the camo concealer, and I'm just going to place it in all the areas that I usually place it. This concealer is my favorite concealer, hands down. I know a lot of people do not like this concealer because it dries really quickly and it is very matte, but I absolutely love it because I have my under eyes always crease, and this concealer does not crease. It just does not budge, and it just lasts all day. I mean, it says 16 hours, but I'm telling you guys, you can wear this for 24 hours and it would not even budge. So yeah, you do have to work pretty fast with it, but I've learned how to use this concealer. When I first got it, I didn't like it because it dried so quickly, just could not manipulate it because I was so used to like really creamy concealers. I'll do a little bit here, a little bit on my chin, and I've been taking that concealer a little bit out recently. Show you what I mean. Taking it out to my jawline. It creates that natural highlight without using powder. Okay, so that's the 16-hour one, I'm going to go into the hydrating one. And this is a lot more warm to me. It's not neutral, and that's what I really liked about the camo deep chestnut. It's quite neutral. It's not too yellow, not too warm. It's just perfect. I'm going to use a different sponge just to maintain the integrity of the concealer. And straight away, this is so much easier to blend out. Like, it's so much creamier and so much easier to blend out. Like, you have to be careful because you'll end up putting on way too much if you're so used to using the other one, and blend it out way too much. Like, look how quickly that just blended. But you can see the clear difference. This one is a lot more warm and a bit darker. This one is a lot more neutral and a bit lighter. So I'm going to use the hydrating one to go down my nose and then just a little bit on my forehead. Not too much. Okay, so I'm just going to go straight into the rest of my foundation, and then I'm going to come back on camera and show you what it's looking like. Okay, so I've quickly done the rest of my makeup off camera, and this is what it's looking like. My eyes have like really deep crease, so it looks like, if it looks like it's creasing, it's not creasing. It's just that I have really deep lines under my eye. But I think it looks good so far. I think the match is actually okay. I was concerned that it was a little bit too dark and not brightening enough, but it looks okay to me. It's just really natural. This side does look just a little bit more highlighted than this side, but on a whole it's fine. It feels good as well. It doesn't feel drying or anything like that. I don't think this one feels drying anyways. The 16-hour camo concealer, some people say it's really drying and it feels like they're sucking like the hydration out of their eyes, but I never feel like that with this concealer. I can see the difference of the finish though. This does look a little bit more matte than this side. This side shows just a little bit more texture, just like a teeny bit more texture than this side does, and I'm guessing it's because this side has like a silk finish and this has a really matte finish. So I'm going to wear this concealer for as long as I can, and then I'm going to come back on camera and show you guys. Okay, so it is almost 8 o'clock now. I did my makeup at 12 o'clock, so that's about 8 hours wear. So this is what the concealer is looking like. I haven't blotted or anything, so that's why my T-zone and everything's quite oily still. And there is slight creasing, not that much, but that's normal for my eyes because my eyes crease a lot. This side, which is the hydrating foundation, has a little bit more creasing than the 16-hour camo concealer, but I don't see any major creasing. I do have just a slight crease by my smile line, and this side doesn't have any. So my final conclusion is that I think for a hydrating concealer, it's actually worn pretty well, and it feels lightweight. It doesn't feel oily or heavy or anything like that. It feels very similar to the camo concealer. I don't feel any tugging or any dryness under my eyes. If anything, it might be just a little bit lighter than the camo concealer, but yeah, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you do enjoy it, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And don't forget to put on the bell notification so that you're notified every time I upload a video. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.